Now let's look at reflections on the x-axis and the y-axis. So if we are reflecting over the x-axis, we have a negative sign out in front of our entire function. It affects the entire function. If we are reflecting over the y-axis, we only affect x because it's inside right there with x. So let's look at an example of each of these. So if we have 1/4 x plus 6, so a linear function to start with, and we want to reflect over the x-axis. Remember that that goes out in front of the entire function. So if we write it in function notation, it's g of x is equal to negative f of x. What is our f of x in this case? 1/4 x plus 6. So be careful here. This negative sign is in front of the entire function, which means that we need to write it in parentheses so that that negative affects the entire function. Again, I see a spot where I need to distribute in order to get rid of parentheses. So I'm getting rid of that grouping symbol by distributing the negative to both terms. So I'm going to have negative 1/4 x minus 6. So really be careful there. Remember that vertical transformations affect the entire function. So if you have more than one term in your function, you're going to need to put some parentheses in there and distribute. Let's go ahead and take a look at a reflection over the y-axis. So a reflection in the y-axis, again, happens inside with x, inside grouping symbols. So f of negative x. I'm going to substitute negative x every place that I see x in my original function. So it's going to look like this. My original function, the x is here, so now I'm going to just simply write negative x instead. So I'm going to have the absolute value of negative x plus 1, close the absolute value, plus 4. Remember, horizontal transformations only affect x itself.